Okay, let's say we want to add a crossword puzzle or some other type of activity to the Moodle course that you're teaching. Okay, remember you can't delete, but you can sure add activities that you'd like to add to make it better for your students to learn, or if you feel that they need some more practice on something. So anytime we add an activity, we want to go into our course. Okay, and then you want to go click on the topic you're in. Okay, I've already clicked on my electrical safety topic. I'm going to turn editing on up in the right hand corner. Now you have to be an instructor or a manager or a primary instructor to do this. Okay, students cannot do this. So it is actually at an instructor administrative level. So come down here to the bottom of the area you want to add your activity. Select add an activity or resource. You want to find the resource you want to add. So for example, in this case, I'm going to add the game crossword. It is an activity. It can generate a grade. We'll deal with that in a minute. So we're going to go ahead and add the game crossword. Now, as I always say, just you need to have a glossary or some quizzes that are short answer. Okay, you have to have something in the for the glossary to pull its word from. I like using glossaries because students have actually had the ability to create these glossaries along with their instructor. So if you have a glossary in your course that you've been having students add terms and definitions to as we go on in the course, you can then use that to further enhance their learning by having them by doing crossword puzzles and other games based on that glossary. So let's say I'm going to change the name of this to crossword basic electrical terms. Okay. I'm going to select the glossary basic electrical terms. If your course has more than one glossary, select the appropriate one. If you're using questions that have short answers, you can use questions or quiz. Okay, but again, the only quiz questions that can be used are short answers that basically have one word. Okay, category of the glossary. I don't have any categories in the glossary. And do I only want teacher only approved or teacher glossaries entries? Yes, I only want things that had the instructor has approved. Okay, these are grayed out because we didn't use question categories or quizzes. Okay, maximum number of attempts to do the crossword. You know what? It's a learning activity. Okay, grades. I don't always grade glossaries, but you could if you wanted to. Crossword options. Okay, do you have any words that have spaces? I always say no. The rest of this you can basically play around with. So once this is done, you can click Save and Display. Okay, now over time that glossary may change. Okay, that glossary is gonna change as you add words to it, which is what's really neat. This is actually a living almost a living activity that it will change. Just to test it, just to see what it looks like, you can attempt game now. Okay, and what you do is you click on the word. Okay, if we know for five, so I'm going to click on a word. Okay, it's going to ask me what is it? Opposition to current flow. It's read with an ohm meter. I know. Okay, we're going to click that. It put it in. Okay, 5 across. See how this is working? A device that allows or disallows electrical current to flow. That would be a switch. And so on and so forth. So that's how this whole thing works. Potential to do work. This is a very short one, as you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this in. A device that allows you to control one circuit with another, a relay. And flow of current read with an amp meter, amperage. Okay, check crossword. It gives you. It's going to check it against my. Okay, And a student could have an option to print it, but I'm going to end the crossword game. Okay. And then if you wanted to, if it did it again and again, you could come in here. It lays it out in different ways. Okay, for a student, it would actually give a grade, and then if they wanted to, they could retake it up to however many times you set that. Again, it's a learning activity, so set the number of attempts pretty high. Okay, and it does reorganize it. The more words you have in your glossary, the better crosswords you're going to come up with. So that's how to deal with a crossword game.